Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to make an exception from the black pill and talk to you about a term that originally comes from the red pill, or at least this is where I heard it for the first time. Getting into monk mode. What is that? How do we do it? And why do we need to do it in the first place? If you have watched my previous video on how to set New Year resolutions in 2019 and achieve them, then you probably have set your own goals that they are very, very crazy, they are big, and they are the type of goal that make you jump out of bed, excited and looking forward to working and achieving them. This is where monk mode comes in. If you have observed monks in every religion, they are very dedicated to what they are doing. They do not have earthly occupations and time waste. They do not have social media. They do not have relationships or fuck boys or fuck girls, and they're just working, facing towards the goal only, whatever that goal is. If you want to achieve something really, really big in life, this is what you should be doing. From my experience, going from zero into full monk mode is very hard, and even if you do achieve it, you're going to suffer. So we're going to start with a guide with baby steps for those who are starting for the first time and build up. The first thing you are going to do, and the easiest in my opinion, is you are going to commit social media suicide. You are going to leave all of the social media that you have been using that do not bring money. If you're a goddess and you have a Twitter or you have a FetLife and other social media accounts that they bring money, you keep them. If you have already watched my guides on how to make money on Facebook and you have a Facebook group, obviously you keep your profile that you manage the group from. But everything else that doesn't make money and eats away time, you are going to get rid of it, burn it. You are going to disappear. If you have many friends, you can tell them, I'm really sorry, I'm busy right now, and then you're going to temporarily deactivate the account. Not delete, but also don't just tell yourself, I'm not going to log in, because you're going to log in. Deactivate, put a temporary password that you don't know what it is, write it on a piece of paper, write it on a notepad, and then close that account. And you are going to be reopening it only when you have achieved a milestone in the main goal. Now you're going to say, but Persephone, what about advertising? What about making money? What about building connections? All of that crap, because it is crap until you achieve something, is unnecessary unless you have a product to sell. There is this blue pill cancer that is aimed to trick you and make you a loser, that, oh my God, if you want to be successful, you start to build connections. I'm bragging that I'm the most antisocial person you can imagine when it comes to connections, yet connections come to me. Do you know why? Because the people see the channel that grows, they see the content, they see what I'm doing, and they are interested. So they are approaching me to wear their clothes, to sell their products, and so on. I turn down 95% of those because they're not good enough. And also because I'm having my own services placed, so I'm not going to add a middleman on something. Like, for example, I have been approached by many camp studios. Why would I do that? First of all, I don't have time to do camping currently, and even if I do, I'm going to do it on my own terms. I'm not going to use a camp studio that is going to be taking 70% of my profit to, I don't know, have a connection. So in a similar sense, if you have a Facebook account and you don't have a book, you don't have an ebook, you don't have any type of business that you even think of starting, and you're just ending up chatting all day with your friends or with strangers, that's a time waste. And in the monk mode, it goes away. After you have earned your gallons, after you have started making money, you can treat yourself by saying, hey, I'm going to waste an hour on Facebook to talk with my friends to catch up. Another thing that needs to go, fuck boys, booty calls, fuck girls, friends with benefits, any cancerous person that you are sexually or emotionally involved with and they add nothing to the business. I'm saying that because in monk mode they say have no sex, but if that's too hard for you, out of all the sexual things that you are doing, pick the least time consuming, keep all that, and get rid of everyone else. For example, if you're a porn addict and let's say you're on black.com for 4 hours every day masturbating, black.com has to go. You have to replace it with actual sex that takes 20 to 30 minutes or with a porn site that doesn't make you obsessed. If you can go full monk mode and actually stop everything sexual, I recommend that because you can use the sexual frustration and the sexual energy to work. But most people that I know are so undisciplined, they're so instant gratification that we're talking science fiction here. So let's just start by cutting down on the porn, cutting down on the useless social media, and using all of those hours that they're going to be free to actually create content. Third thing that has to do with monk mode, all of those unnecessary obligations with friends. If you're going to be successful, by definition, the losers that used to be in your life, they have to go. But before you do that, okay, your best friend has birthday, you have to go, I get it. Take a day off, the night off, and go. Or there is something very important in your family, go. But you are going to cut off all the things like, my friend is calling me to catch up. I have deep aversion to those American expressions like catch up, hang out, what are you up to, what are your plans. This is time wasting. And the people who are thinking, what are you up to, I don't even respond to specific phrases myself. What are you up to? Any plans for the weekend? Hi, how are you? And those things, I immediately know the person is a casca. Because no person who actually has a business and a life is going to send me, what are you up to? They don't care what I'm up to. Either they're not going to send me anything, or they're going to send me something specific. I'm interested in serving. I'm interested in a collaboration with you. I'm starting my own coming site, YouTube, and I have a specific question. These are the emails I always answer to. The what are you up to email, I don't have to answer to that. Okay, I'm up to nothing for you. So you are going to cut down all the time wasters. And if you're asking me, why should I do that? Let me tell you something. There are two types of people in this world. Content consumers and content creators. If you're consuming content all day, every day, you cannot create anything. Your brain is filled up with garbage from everything that you saw, and good luck. I have so many people sending to me, Persephone, I want to start a blog, but I can't think of anything to write. Persephone, I want to start a YouTube, but I can't think of anything to say. Of course you can. When you're glued into your screen and you're watching Fox News, YouTube, celebrity gossip, the latest movie, if I was doing that too, my brain would also be garbage. So you have to cut down all of that, or start your day with the thing that you want to accomplish, finish it, or start your night. If you're one of the people who sleep all day and work all night, that's also fine. You don't wait until your brain is full of trash. There is nothing worse than having watched someone else's content for hours and hours and hours and then expecting to come up with your own content. It's not going to happen. If you are a cam girl or some kind of entertainer, it's good to be watching from time to time things that are popular to be able to participate in conversations or playing those games. But that's not the same as mindlessly surfing online or mindlessly reading celebrity gossip. It's not the same, and it's going to actually give you something versus taking away from you. Another thing that has to do with monk mode is you have to cut away, or at least the goal is to completely cut off all the artificial foods. I have used myself as a guinea pig when it comes to nutrition more than you can imagine, and I only feel totally good when I eat things that they are not completely artificial. There is this thing that many people here in Greece do that I consider it a very good idea. It's called the grandparents or the ancestor diet. And I recommend that because it's something that you can adjust to your own culture no matter where you're coming from. And it actually can be adjusted to your taste, which means don't eat anything that your grandfather or your grandmother wouldn't know what it is. And if you're Asian, that can translate to McDonald's. If you're American, that can translate to all of the artificial types of bacon and meat versus normal meat you can prepare at home. If you're Greek, that may translate to eating a lot of salads and not artificial stuff from the supermarket like Pop-Tarts and stuff. Eat only things that they do not have 50 or 60 ingredients or the newest ingredients or things that they are trending right now. Especially if you don't have much money, because many of the people who are watching me are broke or they have limited finances. I cannot emphasize this enough. You should be making your own food to build both discipline and a healthy mind and a healthy body. Don't send me crap like, I ate a pizza. When I see people who post their pizza on Facebook, I'm blocking them or unfollowing them. Like, wow, what an achievement. So no one can waste $20 to buy a pizza. If you are making your own pizza and you're an accomplished chef and the materials are what you control, Okay, I understand where you're coming from, and once in a while it's great. I also like Italian food. But when you're getting a frozen pizza and you're putting it in the microwave, the other machine that causes cancer, in my opinion, and you're blasting it on the Facebook page after 5 minutes because you're so attention deprived that you need those likes, then I'm sorry, your life is on the trash, you need to do something about it. So you have done all of those things and you are into monk mode. The next and most important step is you are going to guard yourself against those who want you to break monk mode and get back into loser mode. What do I mean by that? For some reason that I always observe in my own life and in the lives of those I guide and I help, the people around you who are used on you being a loser, the moment you start changing your habits to the better, they are going to go into a kind of riot to keep you at your place. This is one of my reasons that I broke up with my white ex, which is something that I haven't spoken extensively on the channel, and I plan to speak more about it in 2019. I had a white ex-husband prior to him, and one of the reasons that I couldn't be with him is that it had gotten so bad that I had to either sacrifice my goals to be with him or break up with him. There was no in between. Every time I would try to get into monk mode, even remotely, he would create so much sabotage that he would make it literally impossible. As some of you know, although you haven't read anything that I've written yet since it's all in Greek, I'm also a writer among many things. And I was writing a book at that time. I've written a trilogy and I was writing the 4th book, and it was exceptionally hard, and I had already limited time because I was doing 50 other things same time, which was wrong in retrospect. And every time I would ask him to please give me even one afternoon per week to do my own thing, to be on monk mode, he would always create some drama. Either it would be an event that I had to attend to, or it would be his parents, or it would be something with the house. He wouldn't do the housework on time, he wouldn't study Japanese on time, and he would have to take days off to study that. And he was in medical school at the time because he was also learning Japanese. And I would be so overwhelmed. There were many times that I didn't eat anything because I had to choose between eating and showering, eating and sleeping, eating and writing. I was around 90 pounds at the time, which by following the most ancient diet on the world called I don't have food to eat, because I didn't go to the supermarket and everything is closed and there is no one to support me. So I endured. I'm a person that, because of my extreme family, I was raised to be like a Marine in extreme circumstances, to try to survive first instead of trying to escape the circumstances, which is a very, very bad and dangerous way to be raised. I endured and endured and endured for years until I got H5N1, and that was the bird flu, and I also got H5N5, the pig flu, and I almost died in both occasions. And after that, even the doctor sat down with me. I'm going to talk about those things in a video, how scary it was, because for the first time, especially when I had H5N5, they put me in quarantine in the military hospital, and it was me on one side of the glass and everyone else on the other side. And there were people coming inside to examine me because they didn't know it was H5N5 at the time, and they were covered up with those biohazardous uniforms like you see in the movies. And they would say to me, it's going to be okay. And I was burning in fever and nothing was working. But okay, I don't want to plagiarize here. After those 2 very serious, life-threatening, near-death experiences, the doctors and the therapist sat down with me to have a conversation and asked me, what the fuck are you doing, pretty much. They didn't ask me in this impolite way, but that was the meaning of, we're very concerned, there is time for an intervention, you're not going to survive and reach even 25 if this continues. So I realized that I can't continue this way. And when I asked my ex to support me, he told me, I'm never going to forget what he told me, for every 1,000 people who want to succeed as an artist, one makes it. Who do you think you are and you think you're going to be that one? And I told him, if you don't believe you're going to be that one, you don't even start. Because no one starts something knowing they're going to fail. But after that, the countdown had started and many things happened that eventually led to divorce, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So in your life, people like my ex are going to appear, and they either have to level up their bullshit or get the fuck out of your life. Because there are people who are going to be healthier, and they're going to see your effort as a reason to make an effort themselves. Like when you start losing weight and you have healthy people around you, they join you and they say, hey, you look great. What diet are you following? I'm going to start eating healthier too, or I'm going to get to go out with you to eat and let's eat healthy. And there are going to be people who are going to sabotage you. Those people, you cut them off. I don't care if they are your mom, your dad, your best friend from kindergarten and you have them for 30 years, that's why you're both losers. I don't care if people are going to say it's immoral, it's insane, it's irrational. It's not the same, the moral and the rational who become millionaires. It's not the same, the moral and the rational who live happy. Those are the cash cows who are sleepwalking through life and they take Xanax. Just look through history, look even celebrities and see one person who played by the rules and became a multimillionaire. I challenge you to find one. There won't even be one. So I want you to do all of that. Let's sum it up. Committing social media suicide, getting rid of all of the social media trash, cutting off the toxic people who want to hang out, to catch up, and they consume content and they do nothing useful. Cutting down on the porn, the social media, whatever you're doing that is eating your time and doesn't bring you money. Cutting down on everyone who is going to be quick to over-criticize you, to tell you all the reasons why you will fail, to eat your healthy food so that you're going to be forced to order unhealthy food, and so on. Cut down everything that you can, outsource it, delegate it to get as much time as possible for your business. And most importantly, don't fill up your brain with garbage. How do you know it's garbage? After you watch it, you cannot concentrate. After you read it, you keep thinking about it and you cannot get anything done. After you interact with that person, you're drained and you need to sleep or you need to eat junk food and you cannot think straight. All of those things go. You're going to do all of those things. And after you get comfortable in your new life that is going to be monk mode based, you're going to do the things that I'm going to be talking about in upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.